There are times in your life, my darling child, when everything seems to be going well on the outside. Your days go by according to plan, and even your words may seem hopeful, but there is a tremble going on deep within, an inexplicable trembling of the spirit, a secret agitation that you keep to yourself. Every time you dare to take a step forward or start dreaming anew, it seems like an unseen burden weighing you down. Fear is that weight, dear. It's not just any dread, however, deeply ingrained and growing and quietly. This dread has influenced your relationships, actions, and even your prayers. I've seen you struggle with it. I've seen you use it as justification, referring to it as prudence. Because you think it's wisdom, you've even christened it using spiritual terminology. However, the one who created you in the hidden, and named you by name before time even started, speak to you now with holy authority, rather than rage or condemnation. I am ending all of your fearful patterns. Type 111. If you are ready to welcome God's blessings today. You've been on the brink of change a lot. You've felt the stirring, the nudge to take a chance to love, to believe once again. But something grabbed you at the right time, a mental voice that enumerates every possible scenario, a reverberation of memories of previous injuries, a subliminal message telling you it's safer to give up hope. You have referred to it as discernment. You've centered whole life plans around it. But, dear, you are not protected by fear. It paralyzes you, it prevents you from breaking out, from patterns that seem familiar. Furthermore, I made you for triumph, not just survival. I created you with the ability to move, trust, and live fearlessly. Shame is not the point of this moment. It's not about how long you've been trapped, or what you ought to have done. This is a love-related conflict. I'm revealing your fear to set you free, not to make you feel ashamed. Because I can see things that you cannot. In your thoughts I see the chain reaction. I can understand how a nagging uncertainty follows you through every obedience. Step you attempt, what if it all falls apart again? My voice is not that whisper. It is the remains of past conflicts, the unhealed, trauma-scarred tissue, the falsehoods that resulted from loss and treachery. However, fear is not echoed in my voice. My kid peace is ignited by my speech. I speak with courage, my voice makes everything clear. Power is released by my speech. Fear is a spiritual movement, not a passing feeling. It permeates your choices and aspirations, supported by quiet and unspoken agreements you were unaware you had made. Type Amen if you trust in God's timing and plan for you. Did you fail to notice that each time you stated, I could never, or I'm not enough, you were inciting fear not out of rebellion, but rather as a means of defending oneself from failure. I know why you did those barriers. I understand why you limited your presence, hushed your voice, and diminished your aspirations. Behind your strength, I could see the tears. I was there when you stayed up late because you were terrified of the past happening again, not because you were rebelling. And now I tell you, I'm going to enter those secret areas, the ones you attempted to defend with reason, faith, and might, to deliver you, not to condemn you. I'm not expecting you to work yourself into fearlessness, my darling. I don't expect perfection. I'd want to invite you to recover. This has nothing to do with effort. It's about giving up. Perfect love casts out fear. I remarked, but I wasn't giving an order. I was giving you a place to stay. My love isn't a concept, there is a fire. It serves as a covering, it's a weapon. The roots of fear are being burned away as you stand in the blaze of my love. Right now, you can't be passive. You cannot walk in freedom while partnering with fear. My dear, you have to decide whether or not to trust me with the areas of your heart that you have been keeping safe. Are you going to let me into the deep places, the ones where fear still has a voice, the ones you've avoided? You no longer have to practice your mistakes. Every scenario that betrayed your confidence doesn't have to be repeated. I am already acquainted with them. I was present. I never, ever abandoned you. I am here to disrupt the trend. However, this is where the cycle finishes. It was never intended for you to live in terror. You weren't created to hide, to shrink, or to live in continual anticipation of the next letdown. If you believe in the power of prayer, type 222 and forward this video to 7 faithful people. God, I created you in my image, brimming with my spirit, distinguished by bravery. Destined for fame, I see you from the perspective of your design rather than one of fear. So pay great attention to what I have to say. I'm doing more than just taking away the fruit of dread. I'm pulling its root out. I'm looking into your belief systems and examining the underlying causes of your actions, because your life will follow the healing of your beliefs. Your speech will start to change. Change the way you walk, dream in a new way. I'm letting your voice be bolder. Your knees are becoming stronger. Thanks to me, I'm rekindling your spirit's vision. I have to end the cycle first, however. Not tomorrow, not anytime soon. Right now, this is your time. Your freedom and your confrontation. I have been talking to you for a while, even though you may not have realized it. Via heavenly disruptions, via spiritual stirrings, through silent times that were incomprehensible. Until now, I never stopped talking. Even when you were confused, when you doubted everything, and when you didn't think you were worthy of hearing me. In your stillness I have whispered. In your desperation I have leaned near. When you went inside with burdens too hard to bear, I patiently waited. I've seen every bit of your burden, and listen to me now, you are not a letdown in my eyes. You are not someone who failed me. In my opinion, you continue to walk with wounds, and you continue to hope despite grief. In my opinion, type 333, if you trust God's guidance in your life, I perceive you that way through the prism of love, through the prism of grace, from the perspective of faith. You've had certain self-perceptions that were never derived from me. You wear labels that my spirit has never spoken. Internalized voices that criticized your development and pointed up your shortcomings. But you are called beloved by my voice. You are called chosen by my voice. My own is how I call you. You could believe that I can't utilize you because you are too defective. However, I chose individuals based on their willingness rather than their perfection, and you were my choice. But before you understood the meaning of it, prior to your first grief, prior to your first error, I referred to you as my and I'm not sorry. I made that decision. There is nothing wrong with your tail. Being sensitive is not a weakness. Your calling has not been canceled by your struggle with fear. It has. If anything prepared you for greater reliance on me, and I value that more than you realize. I am aware of what molded you who left. I am aware of your unspoken petitions. You smiled while your heart was hurting, and I know that you didn't need to conceal it from me. All I ever wanted was your honesty, but you felt you had to be strong for everyone else. Your presence has always been my goal, not your perfection. Instead of where you pretend to be, I want to be where you really are. Performances are not blessed by me. Surrender is blessed by me. I understand how difficult it has been to regain trust. I am aware that the barriers you erected were constructed out of fear, even if they seemed to be wisdom. I also understand the rationale for your barriers, so I don't hate them now, however. I'm asking you to destroy them with faith, not force. If I don't give you the authority to do anything, I won't ever need it. And I'm giving you the courage to let your heart open. Once again, type 444. If you are ready to receive God's blessings today, this has nothing to do with returning to your previous form of religion. This is about moving into a more profound realm, a religion with more boldness and honesty, a relationship with me that is centered on everyday awareness of my presence and joy in you rather than habit. You're not too damaged, it's not too late. You're not in the rear to hear this. You are at the right place. Your time is different from mine. I take my time, I don't freak out. I don't make comparisons between your trip and anybody else's. You are not forgotten. We don't forget you. Never once have I looked away from you. Not in quiet, not in defiance, not in your chaos. I call you back immediately to relationships, not to religion, to presence, not to performance, to succumb, not to strive. So please accept my kind offer to become closer. I'm not asking that you know everything. I don't expect you to make all the changes right now. All I'm asking is to be the center once again. Permit me to enter the areas where fear used to reign. Permit me to touch the painful memories. Allow me to answer the questions you're scared to ask. I won't embarrass you, I won't hurry you. I won't minimize your suffering. I'll accompany you on your stroll. I'll remain with you, I'll fix what went wrong. I'll give life to something you believe to be dead. There is no end to my affection. My tolerance never runs out. I have not abandoned my ambitions for you. Your moment hasn't passed you by. You haven't eliminated your eligibility. Something is churning within of you, even as you read these lines. I am that is my spirit, reminding you of who you are and whose you are, reawakening your spirit. If you love Jesus, type 555 and share this video with 7 others who believe. Fear is not your slave, your history does not define you, your faults do not define you. I own you further, or I love you too much to allow fear to rule your life. Come as you are, then bring in queries. Bring on your fatigue, bring your heart. I'm present, I'm not leaving either.